How's it going, everyone? It's Abdallah here, bringing you guys a tips and tricks video for Fire Emblem Echoes. Today's video is all about showing you how exactly to get the best shield in the game within the first act. And that means that you can get it so early on, and it's going to be amazing for you throughout your entire playthrough. So, if you guys are excited to find out about the Dracoshield from Desai, definitely smash that like button. Okay. So let's talk about the shield, for example. This shield is huge. This shield offers you 13 defense and 13 resistance at the sacrifice of about 10 speed. So with that being said, you can give it to one of your armored units, such as Lucas, such as Forsyth, any of your units, it doesn't matter. And they're going to be able to tank magic attacks. In Fire Emblem Echoes, you'll know that the resistance stat for all of your units, it doesn't really go up that much as far as growth rates, and anytime that you're an alms route, you're very weak to magic attacks, so this is going to be a mainstay for all of your entire army. So all you have to do is beat all the way up to pretty much this point right over here where you're at Desai. Now Desai is pretty interesting because he is a unit that holds onto the Dracoshield. The only way that you can attack him is just attack him from up front. You can attack him from a couple spaces away, but you're only going to do 1 damage every time. He's got 42 health, so it's going to take a while. Here are some tips to get you started. If you don't have the DLC, meaning going over to DLC, clicking on purchase, buying them there, and then grinding in the Astral Temple, grinding in Wretches and Riches, or maybe Band of Bandages. Either way, if you don't have access to those, you'll definitely want to grind all of your units all the way over in the Thieves' Shrine. The Thieves' Shrine is home of many different bandits that you can run into. If you get the attack plus boost right over here, I'll show you. You'll find any bandits on the screen. Yeah, you can totally attack them. And then you'll get an advantage. And of course, while you're grinding all your units, you want to make sure that, for one, your combat animations are turned off. You can do skip actions on, and then of course go to tactics and click on charge so that everything goes a lot faster. And then by doing so, you can keep on going and going and going. So, speaking of changing classes, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to make sure that all of your units, especially on Alm's team, have already class changed. If you don't know anything about class changing, well, pay attention to the earlier episodes of the game. They show you exactly what you have to do. At certain levels of the game, your characters will have the ability to go over to a Milla idol statue and, of course, change class. Like this, for example, Tobin is a level 10 sniper, which is the second house. He went from, what, villager to archer to sniper, and now he has the ability to go over to bow knight. And that's going to be amazing. That's going to be his last class, minus the extra DLC that'll make him even stronger. But anyway, you want to spend the time in the Thieves' Shrine or in the DLC getting all your units really, really strong. I recommend getting at least 1 flyer, which is Claire, and at least 2 healers. You can make Faye a healer if you wanted to, and of course you'll have Silk by this time.
I can do this.
Or if you want to put in that extra work, you can make Cliff a mage, and he'll learn a healing spell once he turns into a sage. You can see right over here, Cliff, boom. He's got the recover spell when he's a sage, so that's great. So that's really what I recommend. Just going over there, doing that, you're all set to go. These are the prerequisites. Now, you don't have to grind them as much as I've done with my units. Of course, I go to like astronomical levels of grinding early on in the game because I think that's fun. I think it's fun to do that, and the game's just going to be a cakewalk, especially Alm's side. So anyway, we're going to continue, and I'll show you guys exactly what's up. So some item recommendations as far as weaponry goes. If you take a look at your weaponry, this is what I use in order to get everyone there. Now, all of these weapons here, you will not have access to every single one of these unless you do grinding in the very first DLC map, which is the Astral Temple. Of course, I was able to get a second light sword, or a lightning sword. I was able to get a mage ring. I was able to get a couple longbow for my archers. I was able to get a blessed lance, a rider's bane, a blessed ring, and a couple javelins, and even more, like a blessed lance. All these weapons are extra credit. You absolutely don't need these. If you are playing without DLC, you can easily give Tobin one of the iron bow, and you can give Python the steel bow. You can give Gray the lightning sword. Clive doesn't need anything. Silk can use her magic. Claire won't have access to a javelin. You can give these guys shields. You can most likely give Lucas a shield. I would totally recommend doing that, but I've got a Blessed Lance which automatically heals him. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the Desai level. I'm going to turn the combat animations off because you guys want to watch this to learn exactly how you go about getting that shield. All right, let's do this. We're going to do this as fast as I can. All right, while providing the commentary along the way. So right off the bat, taking a look at the map, here's what you want to do. You want to bring your units all the way through here, come across here, and then go straight towards the bosses. Here is Desai. We know him as the big guy that has the very awesome Dracoshield. That shield right there in his hands, that's exactly what we want. That's the best shield in the game. Of course, and it's so accessible. You can see that it's highlighted green, meaning that once you defeat him, he will drop it for you. The caveat is that his sidekick or henchman, Slade, is going to come and attack you. If you KO Slade, Desai will disappear. So you do not want to KO Slade at all. So I would recommend at all times to press the A button on Slade so that you have the ability to see where exactly he moves, and you don't want to initiate on him or allow him to initiate on you unless you're all set up. So without further ado, if you do have a flyer, bring your flyers all the way. You can bring one flyer over here. That'll be perfectly fine because this flyer will have to go over here and open up the door if you want to split up your army and just go two ways. It doesn't really matter. You're going to be fine either way. Okay, so let's jump into this fight, and we're going to do this as quick as we can. So, here we go. So there's a door. The game teaches you about the doors, but we already know about doors. So we're going to fly right over here, and we're going to be done. All right, so we're going to bring you. If you have really, really strong units, you don't have to worry about getting hit by anything. If you have Barons, you already have the built-in heavy armor, which halves damage from bows, so you're going to be good to survive this onslaught of getting attacked. So that's going to be great. We also have Cliff, which can also work wonders for us. We're going to be here. And I think if I bring Clive this way, he's going to be set. You absolutely don't need Clive in this map, but you can use him if you want to.
Twist my arm.
Alright, so you got your archers. You can bring Tobin to attack the other archers from the side if you want to. Feel free. So you can see that these guys were initiating on me over here. Doesn't matter. We're just going to fly over there. We're going to attack them and pretty much do the best we can with it. With the javelin items, the javelin items are really, really inaccurate. So your guys are going to have to be very, very careful about using that. Alright, so now that we're here, we're going to open up this door. Super simple. It allows Clive to come on in. Alright, it also allows Silk over here. We've got our Baron. We've got Alm. Looking good. We've got you here. We've got you here as well. And now we're set. Just about here. Okay, perfect. So enemy phase, they're going to be attacking me. Not a big deal. Level ups really don't matter right now. We're already at the max stage. Okay, excellent. Now we've got these two left. I can indeed do some firing on them just from downtown. Here we go. And I can come over here and just attack this guy. And we got the KO. Wonderful. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to pay attention to where Slade is, and at the same time pay attention to where these guys will come from. These little Cavalier units do want to come over here to this area in general. So if you bring your flyer over here, you can bait them out. Likewise, if you don't want to bring your flyer to take those hits, you can bring a unit right over that way. And you can just sneak around the area. Alright, so we're just bringing all our units as close as we can. Of course, you can also use, if you want to, you can use the tactics button in order to go a little bit faster with improvise or all-out attack. All that stuff works out. So here we go. We had this guy that we lured out, which is perfect. I'm going to actually come right over here, and we're going to attack him to lure out some more guys. Alright, flying right over here to lure them out. We also have you, which is looking good. We got Silk. Doesn't necessarily need to be in the fray. Of course, Silk is rather fragile, but she has the ability to heal all of her attacks off with her Nosferatu Tome. So moving on with Alm, we're just bringing our units over. These are slower units as far as their movement speed. So yeah, we're good here. we're just gonna wait right there, and we're trying to bait out as many different items, or many different enemies as we can. As you can see right here is one. So since I have a javelin, I'm gonna attack him from 2 spaces away and allow Clive to get the finishing blow. If he could. Of course. Now we're gonna do this, same concept. If you can, go for it. Alright, and you're not gonna hit every single one of these, that's fine. You don't have to. Alright, now things are getting a little bit more interesting because we are almost at a spot where we can indeed start creeping around the area that Slade is in. So you can see those red dots, or those red squares, is something that we don't want to mess around with. So we're gonna fly right on down this way. You're looking good there. We can come over here, and what's great about this is that we can indeed start picking off people with your archers. If you don't have a sniper, it's going to be a little bit harder. If you don't have a longbow, it's going to be a little bit harder. But you can still manage it. It's very manageable even without the DLC. Alright, so paying attention again to where exactly all of our units are at. We do want to bring some of our archers over to the extremes. And we'll be set. So here goes Lucas. I'm going to bring him 1 spot there. We're going to bring you 1 spot there. Cliff is going to be amazing over on the right side of the castle because this armored unit. This armored unit, if you have a mage ring, if you have the lightning attack, you're going to be able to reach this guy. Okay, so here we go, and we can indeed do some more KOing, if we can. And the accuracy is going to be really shaky, so keep that in mind as well. You're not going to hit every single one of these. Not at all. Alright, we got this. We're fine. We just need to get all of our units off to the other side. Alright, now you can hang out here. You want to bring one of your flying units, if you have one, all the way to the very bottom, because that flyer unit is going to be the one that helps you bait out Slade. Alright, now that we've got our archer here, we're going to have a little bit of an archer fight. Easy KO. We're going to have another archer fight right over here. Hopefully get a KO. No, we got a little bit half a KO. We'll take it. Alright, so now that we've got our armored units, we are going really, really close. This guy actually came out, so be careful about him. He can do a lot of damage to you simply because he's a mage, and he allows the magic attacks. So be careful. Especially like with Clive. Clive has 0... he's got like 0 resistance. It's insane. Alright, so we're gonna bring you here. Alright, I think we're good. Yeah, that's good for that turn. Done. Okay, so we're on turn 9. Getting a little bit of recovery, which is fine. We're gonna keep on trying to attack this guy. And we got a good crit.
I'm glad you're here.
Alright, now Baron... This will take a couple turns because the movement for these units are very, very slow. So be patient and you guys can get it. Alright, so this archer doesn't necessarily need to be here. So we're going to do that. We do have you. We have Alm right over here. We need to get everyone out of the way. Alright, so this is also looking good. Done. Nothing's going to happen. Same concept. We need to get our armored unit here. We are going to move you here. And it's just the right amount of squares that you need in order to get your units all the way across. You could do some picking off on the armored unit if you want to. Feel free. But if you already have Cliff or a mage, anyone on your team that's a mage this early in the game, I think Cliff is maybe the only one. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you want to use him. Okay, so Thunder. This is going to do absolutely a lot of damage. Okay. So we're in a pretty prime position right now. We got a very good level up. I can indeed bring you here. We're going to do one more turn just to be safe, because I need to bring Alm just out of the way. Okay, so we're just about there. We're just going to bring you up one and you here. All right. So now what we need to do is we need to bait out Slade. Of course, this guy doesn't have as much range as Slade does. So what we need to do is exactly this. I'm going to bring Claire over, and we're going to wait right here. We're going to bait him out. He's going to run all the way down here, attack her. I'm just going to do skip animations off so that you guys can see that. Or skip actions. Alright, so we're going to end right here. We're going to watch him run down. He's going to do a little cutscene. He recognizes us, yada, yada, yada. Doesn't really matter. He's going to do some damage. Oh my god. Oh no! Come on!
Impossible.
That's not what we wanted. We did not want those crits.
What's this? Damn time.
Okay. So that's exactly what happens that you don't want to happen. That's so stupid. Is it like set in stone? But anyway, here we go. We're going to go Mila's turn wheel. We're going to go back. Okay, we did not want that crit at all. So see how Desai, well, I guess that's good.
Nothing will stop me.
I got double back-to-back crits. How stupid is that? All right, so we did show you guys that Desai, he just bolts it out of there. So we're lucky that the chapter didn't end right there. All right, so we're gonna try with a with another unit. Hopefully we won't have to use Mila's turn wheel. Okay, 10. 10 again. Oh my gosh! You're supposed to miss! Ugh, yuck. Alright, well, we're gonna try this now. So, if your Pegasus Knights are way too strong, you may want to be careful. You just may. Alright, hopefully this crit doesn't happen. But, if you take a look over here, Slade is in the middle section. Now that Slade's over here, we do have some empty spots this way that we can use in order to attack this little guy out of the way. So now we're done. We can get ourselves primed and ready to go for Desai by waiting over here. Of course, by going right here. And then, yeah, just bringing all of our units over because Desai is where we want to get. We want to get this guy going.
Come at me, fools!
Come at me,
Allow
fools. All right, looking good.
Just say the
and of
word.
course, you can wait right here. It doesn't matter. All right, don't crit, please. 6? Oh, yes, good. That was perfect. That couldn't have gone better. So again, in case you're holding onto a strong weapon, you can always fly Claire or your other Pegasus Knight Faye. You can fly them all the way over to Ulm, click on Convoy, and give her like an orange to hold or something like that. So think about that too. And you always use Mila's turn wheel. If you KO him, then use Mila's turn wheel, go back. Alright, so now that Slade's over here, we're just going to fly up, and we're done. Slade is gone. He's outside, like, the castle, and he will only move into these spots if he's initiated on, or if you go into these spots here. So we are perfectly set up for success. Now comes the fun part. We need to take a look at Desai's range, and you can see over here that he's got a pretty small range. His weapon, which is a lance, is only a one space weapon, which is good. He's got recovery. He also has heavy armor, and he's an armored unit. So what we need to do is we need to stand our armored unit right here and just bring everyone up as close as we can, just so that we can start getting this guy. All right, I'm gonna bring Ulm right here. We're gonna bring you right here, and I think that's good. All right, so we're gonna end off. Here's the strategy, right? So, taking a look, we have him right here. There's also these impassable ramparts, right? So we want to pin him between the ramparts. If you have leveled up Silk enough, she has the ability to warp, and warping is going to be very, very efficient with this. If you don't have Silk, it's definitely easy to lure out Desai by going into his area and then just kind of pinning him between two of your units. If you indeed bring, let's say, Lucas right over here, you can pretty much pin him together. So you can put Lucas right here, and then you could bring your other armored unit right here, and he's going to be stuck over here. Likewise, if you allow him to keep on luring out, you can get him stuck between this rampart and this corner wall with two of your units. And that's really the goal here. If you don't have warp, you're going to have to find another creative way of doing it. I've done it without warp on my Japanese playthrough, so definitely watch that. Okay, here we go. Now that we're done with that, let's get this going. All we need to do is bring you right here to allow him to get baited and eventually come at you, right? We're going to get everyone set up so that we're ready to attack him, and we should be good. We should be good. Yeah, this is good. All right, we're going to bring everyone over. So now it's party time. And of course, we won't forget about you. All right, this is it. Okay, so he's going to talk some trash, saying that you can't beat me, which is fine. So you can see that he'll do, since my defense is super high, he'll absolutely do 4 damage. And since I outspeed him, I'll be doing 2 damage apiece, or 1 damage each. Now, we want to get him stuck, right? Because if you don't get him stuck, he'll walk back to this heal tile and continuously healing health, aside from his regular stuff. Now is where Warp comes into play. We're going to use Warp to bring our Lucas all the way over directly behind him. And by doing so, we now have him stuck in between the ramparts. And all we have to do now is just attack. You just attack with everyone that you have a ranged item with. So if you have javelins, go for it. If you have archers, go for it. If you have the lightning sword with Alm, go for it. If you somehow manage to get another lightning sword, go for it. If you have bows, go for it. And then of course, with your units that are pinning him in, don't be shy. Just go after the attacks. But you do want to manage your health though. I did talk to you guys earlier about potentially finding a couple healers that you can bring on your team. If you made Faye a healer, you may want to use Silk in order to warp her behind Lucas over here so that you can continuously give Lucas health if you don't have a Blessed Lance. So you can see right over here that we are taking a little bit of damage, but you can also use Silk to start dishing out some attacks if you want to. What I can do right now is I can warp you directly behind here. And not only are you going to be doing lots of free Excaliburs, but you'll be good to go in order to help heal Lucas if he needs it. So this is it. We're just going to keep on doing 1 chip damage apiece, which is awesome. I'm going to fly right over here. He's already at a very low amount of health. You can tell that. Okay, we got the lightning. We got this right over here. We've got a shot here. Boom. And feel free, like Silk, if you don't have all these weapons, you can use Silk's Nosferatu in order to do 1 damage, maybe 2 damage every turn. You'll be fine. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about done with this turn. And Desai is going to fall to the hands of Alm in this next hit right here, right? Because Desai has what? He's got 6 health. Oh, he's got a little bit of health. So we're gonna get him 2. Alm does what? 2 hits on him? Yeah, let's give Alm the last hit. Unless we get a crit. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go to options, combat animations on, and now we are indeed going to deliver the final blow with Alm. Lightning strikes twice. Boom. He is out of here.
No. Wait. You have the wrong...
Oh, we have the right, dude. Don't worry. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have the best shield in the entire game. Oh, man, that's awesome. So we got the Dracoshield, of course. We don't need an iron sword. And then, of course, Slade's going to run away, as we have over here. It's been awesome. It's been very cool. So, battle complete. You, congratulations, now have one of the best shields in the game. Let's go take a look at it. Alright, we don't need to see any of these cutscenes. If you guys are interested in the cutscenes, feel free to watch my Let's Play episode where we go through and do all of that. Alright, so here we go. Inventory. Taking a look at it, you can go to Convoy, you can go to any of your shields over here, and boom, you have the Dracoshield. A shield with high defense against all attacks. Taking a look at it, 13 defense, 13 resistance. That's going to make someone so good. It's going to make them awesome. Yeah, look at that resistance. So Alm's resistance stat is 4. You guys can see that, right? You can just take a look at everyone's resistance stat and see how bad they are. Okay, well, you're a mage, so it's decent. 4 resistance, 5 resistance, 4, 3, 1. 11, of course, since you're a mage. 8, you're a flyer, and then 2. So this is going to make it's going to make your job a lot easier. Give it to a slow knight, just like Lucas, and he'll be... You put him right inside a bottleneck area, and he's going to be taking hits for days. So there we go. We're going to swap that, and you can see that he has 18 defense plus the 13. so nothing's going to get past him. He's going to be absolutely amazing. Likewise, if you don't want to give that to him and you want to help a lower level unit level up because they're just so frail, you give that to them and you allow them to start doing some work. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the tutorial video. Hopefully this video has helped you out. I know it's a little bit of a longer one, but still, I wanted to go over all the different options for you guys for getting this best item in the game so early on. You'll thank me. Trust me, you'll thank me at the end of the game where you're like, dude, I would have had a hard time without that shield. Or if you've already passed to say, I don't know if there's going to be another opportunity for you to get that shield, so you might want to go back. Use Mila's turn wheel all the way like 5 chapters. Anyway, so have a good time with it. Enjoy the shield. Go through and watch the entire tips and tricks playlist by clicking right over here. You can find the newest video on my channel there and of course some recommendations that way. Can't wait to see you guys on the next one. I would love it if you guys watch my full-on Let's Play of the game. You guys can watch it there. We're doing every single chapter fully narrated with animations, cutscenes, you name it. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.